Welcome back, Duelist. Casual Duelist here, and today I have prepared for you guys a speed duel deck featuring Weevil Underwood. However, it's not this card because I have misplaced the appropriate card. So we're not doing Hyper Metamorphosis today. The skill card I misplaced was my Cocoon of Ultra Evolution, so I'm just going to use the tablet here as my proxy today. It is what it is. Sorry about that. This was an ultra rare in the something of the kingdom. I forget the name of the set. But that is going to be our skill so that we can go ahead and morph an equipped insect card into our perfectly ultimate great moth. And it also allows us to shuffle one insect from the graveyard back into the deck and draw a card. And for these two purposes, we've decided to run a 21 card main deck today because we've found a couple ways to offset the deck count. So first up, we are going to be running 3 copies of Beatron. After that, 2 copies of Jinzo, our 1 copy Perfectly Ultimate Great Moth, a double Swarm of Locusts, and a triple Swarm of Scarabs. Our spell lineup is pretty comprehensive. We've got 2 Allures of Darkness. We've got 3 copies of Bashing Shield. We are going to be running 3 copies of the Book of Moon and 1 Cosmic Cyclone. And rounded up to the 21, we've added the single copy Zone of the Spirit. The extra deck is, again, just my favorite generic build for speed duels. So that's going to be 1 Arcana Knight Joker, 2 Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragons, 1 Ryu Senshi, 2 Thousand Eyes Restricts. And our 6-card side, 1 Kaiser Glider, the second copy of Cosmic Cyclone. We have a Nobleman of Crossout in here. 2 copies Waking the Dragon so that we can go ahead and utilize those cards in the extra deck. And a second copy of Zoma. So just real quick, for anybody who enjoyed this, hopefully this helped. But if you're only here for the deck list itself, I just want to thank you guys for watching. Again, if this helps out, consider subscribing to the channel. But again, please let your friends know. I think that helps grow this channel at a faster clip and will get us to where we want to be. But you guys have a great day. Go watch another video. Go do something fun. I don't know. Everybody else, let's talk about the reasoning for why we chose everything we chose. And again, let's just reiterate our tablet-sized proxy today. So for the skill card, again, the Cocoon of Ultra Evolution is a skill card that we're going to be able to flip up during our own main phase to activate one or both of the skills. And we are only allowed to use each effect once per duel. And those would be once we contribute 1 insect from either field equipped with an equip card. And if we do, special summon 1 insect monster from the deck, ignoring its summoning conditions, and then flip this card over. And the second effect would be to shuffle 1 insect monster from the graveyard back into the deck, then draw 1 card. And again, unfortunately, the proxy screen only goes so far. Then you would, of course, draw 1 card and then flip this card back over. So we're either going to get to recycle 1 card and draw 1, or we will be able to take any monster that we have equipped, because we have only insects plus Jinzo, and we will be able to send that away for the Perfectly Ultimate Great Moth and start bashing our opponents with a huge 3,500 point advantage in the main deck. Not as fast, I'll admit, as Hyper Metamorphosis was. That's still my favorite skill. But my wife has been bugging me to build this version of the deck, and she's really toasty at me for misplacing that, because she did buy me that too. I swear I showed it and I thought it was in my blue deck box, but it is, I cannot find it. So moving back to the deck list choices, we chose to play only insects that are dark attributes, except the Perfectly Ultimate Great Moth. Again, we are banking off of Allure of Darkness with this. And Beatron is our best offensive choice at a normal summon 1600. Again, a single Bashing Shield takes this guy up to a stellar 2600. It makes him a real veritable threat even on turn 1. The effect here is you can send 1 face-up spell trap I control to the graveyard, target a level 4 lower insect in the discard, special summon it in defense, and use this effect only once per turn. I don't see too many reasons that I would do this, except if I'm also trying to set up Jinzo. Again, I do have 3 bashing shields, and I also have Zoma in the main deck. Now, that would tend to be a waste of Zoma since he's more effective to go up against inner conflict-based decks. But we could still, again, summon the Zoma. And again, it seems kind of unwieldy to do that. Just a tribute for Jinzo, because again, you just tribute the Zoma for it. But it's nonetheless, it's there. You could also reset up your control bugs with the swarms if need be. Again, I play him roughly just for the stat. Again, Jinzo, he's our only tribute monster that we're actually going to tribute for. 2 copies, good stats, 2400. And again, all traps on the field can't be activated and lose their effects. So, fantastic. The 1 perfectly ultimate great Moth, again, the Cocoon of Ultra Evolution is going to be able to special summon this, ignoring its summoning conditions. So all we need to know is Big Moth go burr at 3,500. So that's going to hurt the field. And again, we are only going to run 1. This isn't a consistency thing like normal Yu-Gi-Oh! We are able to special summon this at any point that we have given a shield to one of our bugs. So if you start with bug plus shield, you equal Big Moth. It's just the way it's going to work. And then, of course, you can shuffle in that bug to draw a card next turn. So that's fine, too. You do have the 2 Swarm of Locusts and the 3 Swarms of Scarabs. These guys have the same yet opposite effects and also stats. They're going to both be level 3 Darks. But whereas the Scarabs are 500 by 1,000, the Locusts are 1,000 by 500. They both can change themselves into face-down defense position once per turn, resetting themselves. And then if they are flip summoned, they target a card on the field and destroy. Locusts will target a spell trap card. Scarabs will target a monster card. That's why I'm playing 2 Locusts to 3 Scarabs. I view that the monster control is a little more necessary, as this will help us get around some effects later on. Moving over to the spells, again, we got the double Allure of Darkness. I just showed up, 9 targets? 3, 5, 7, nope, sorry, 10 targets for Allure of Darkness. So this should almost never fail in this. Again, we want to draw 2 cards, banish a dark monster in our hand, and if we could not, then we have to send the entire hand to the discard pile. So that's fine, that's fair. We do have the 3 bashing shields. Equip only to normal summoned or set monster cards. The card will gain 1,000 attack points while it is equipped. And of course, we take no battle damage from attacks involving it. Now, we will never be able to put this on the Ultimate Moth because we are bypassing his effects, and he's a special summon only card. And we're using the game state special summon from our skill card to actually do that. So even if he does go face down, he could never have Bashing Shield, even if your opponent Book of Moons it, because the card was originally special summoned. So that is that. Also, you would take no damage from attacks involving the monster that's equipped. This is good, especially if you fell victim to your opponent's Waking the Dragon. You definitely don't want to take a whole boatload of damage just because they got a Blue Eyes Ultimate on the field. Bashing Shield will prevent that. Additionally, we're going to be running the 3 Books of Moon, most versatile quick play spell in the game currently. It helps shut off opponent loops. It helps block attacks. There's not a lot this doesn't do except maybe against spellproof armor decks. So it is what it is. The single Cosmic Cyclone, didn't want to go too heavy with this since we were maining 2 copies of Locust. And I felt like I could sideboard the Nobleman of Cross out instead of trying to main it right now with the triple Scarabs. So I just went with the additional 1. And then again, the Zoma the Spirit. Again, against Inner Conflict, they're going to have to pay half their life points to try to take one of your monsters. And then after that, Zoma's effect, whenever he's destroyed, once he's been special summoned by activating him as a trap, the opponent takes damage equal to the monster's attack power that destroyed him in battle. So this, again, should stop your opponent from winning with Inner Conflict. And again, the Cocoon of Ultra Evolution is going to give us that single draw. And we've got 2 Allures for 2 cards each. So it's not like we aren't speeding the deck up a little bit. to be able to get into the single copy, but one should be enough. If you don't feel like it's good enough, you guys can move it to the sideboard, maybe take out the cross out, or take out the second Cyclone, depending on what your player preference is. And then you can just run the main board as a 20. The extra deck, again, Arcanonite Joker. This monster once per turn when a spell, trap, or monster effect is activated that targets it. Quick effect, discard a card of the same type, negate and, just negate the effect. Again, he's a good 3,800, protects himself. Blue Eyes Ultimate, just rocking the highest stats in the game again currently, 4,500. Reascenci, able to stop trap cards, normal trap cards, for 1,000 life point pay, and any spell that targets him is immediately negated and destroyed. And then, of course, you got the double Thousand Eyes restrict. Other monsters on the field cannot change their battle positions or attack once per turn. Target a monster your opponent controls, equip it to this card, maximum of 1. This card's attack and defense become equal to the equipped monster's attack and defense. And if this would be destroyed in battle, you destroy the equipped monster card first. So that's all good. The sideboard, again, we have Kaiser Glider. Kaiser Glider is our anti-Jinzo, like a pseudo-monarch build countermeasure. Cannot be destroyed by battle with a monster that has the same attack. And again, that's going to be himself, Grand Mark, Jinzo, all of the greats. And if it is destroyed and sent to the graveyard, and again, this doesn't have to be by battle. Our opponent could have played a spell or a trap or a monster effect. We do get to target a monster card on the field and return that target to the hand. So we still get to interrupt their field even at that point too. So passively and aggressively, Kaiser Glider is a solid choice right now. The second Cosmic Cyclone, again, nice versatile quick play. Keep it in here. The cross out, just my player preference. I really enjoy it. Oh, hey, Mara. My cat jumped up on the table. And of course, you got the double Waking the Dragons. If this set card in its owner's control has left the field because of an opponent's effect, it is now in the graveyard or banished. Special summon one monster from the deck or the extra deck. Since this does not stop the, or does not negate the conditions of summoning, we will not be able to play our Perfectly Ultimate Great Moth. However, we could turbo Jinzo out this way if you needed to. Or better yet, this is why we have the extra deck. And then, of course, just a second copy of Zoma. It rounds it out. And again, if you're playing against Interconflict, great. If you're not, then you can always side out the Zoma from the main build and play to whatever you like. So that is technically today's deck. Sorry that I misplaced the card, guys. I'm gonna get back to work. I got the Exodia Necros. I got that. I don't know if I'm gonna let that come out tomorrow or if I'm gonna go ahead and save that one for Wednesday. I might leave that one for Wednesday. But we've got a pretty ambitious Exodia Necros build coming out, and then hopefully the rest of my orders will come in, and I can get back to some of the Blazing Vortex decks, and we could kill some time before the new ban list. And I think that we got some news on the official site that they are going to be having a remote duel event here really shortly. It would have been smart for me to have pulled up a web link to this instead of just going off my top of my head. But I want to say that we got notice that a scheduled event is going to be played by the current list, and I want to say that's on the 14th or the 15th. So we've definitely got through the beginning of next week. We got like another 7 days before we can really hunker down and prepare for a ban list. So to heck with it, I'm going to go back to building decks. And if I have to make an immediate update, I'll just do an immediate update. It'll be fine. Anybody who struggled through that last minute, that was pretty painful. Thanks. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.